Spooky season is here again, and in the spirit of the aforementioned season, I thought it'd be fun to look through some of the Halloween highlights throughout Barney history. From costume parties to endless re-releases of the same seasonal video, there's plenty to cover, so let's dive right in. We'll be starting off with Barney's Halloween Party, but it's probably not the one you're thinking of. The OG Barney's Halloween Party was actually a Barney book that was released in 1996, a full 2 years before the home video special of the same name. The book follows a typical Halloween with a costume party and trick-or-treating, and also low-key kind of predicted BJ's pirate costume from the season 11 Halloween episodes Guess Who and Sweet Treats. This book was re-released again in 1998, most definitely to promote the video, and included a treat bag and a Barney-colored flashlight. OG Halloween Party would make its last appearance as a read-along story narrated by Dean Went on the 2003 DVD release of the video. The next Halloween title, Barney's Trick or Treat, is a 1997 book that follows not only the main dinosaur trio, but Scooter, a puppy friend of BJ's who existed solely within the Barney books canon. If you've been here a while, you probably know the Scooter lore, but for the uninitiated, Scooter's got his own mini-essay, which you can watch here. Both this story and Halloween Party would be re-released again in a double-book treasury called Barney's Favorite Halloween Stories in 2000. Barney's Peekaboo Halloween is a 1999 Lift the Flap book that comes from what I consider to really be the golden age of Barney illustrations. The artwork is so vibrant and easy on the eye, and I think Barney's Robin Hood costume is definitely one of his more underrated Halloween fits. This book is notable for being one of the few out-of-episode appearances of Scooter McNutty, who can be seen here rocking a king costume, which I feel is fairly accurate for him. And to round out our Halloween library, we have Barney's Happy Halloween, which is half book, half plush, and all incredibly cute. Originally released in 2000, this is one of several Barney plush books, and as the title suggests, it follows Barney trying to decide on a Halloween costume. When Scholastic and Hit Entertainment took over publishing, the book was released again, although the jack-o'-lantern on Barney's pumpkin costume has a face that more traditionally resembles a carved pumpkin than the original. Either way, this guy rocks. I mentioned early in the video that there were endless re-releases of Halloween Party, and while I won't cover all of them, I'll be hitting a few that are notable in some way. After getting the inevitable DVD re-release in 2003, the video was put out again in both 2009 and 2016 with new cover artwork. In 2018, Barney's Halloween Party was one of a dozen Halloween titles re-released as Walmart exclusives by Universal under the glow-in-the-dark art series. Besides the obvious glowing feature, the artwork itself is a pretty neat neon light-styled illustration of Barney holding a trick-or-treat pail. While Guess Who and Sweet Treats didn't get their own dedicated release, they did appear on 2 Hit Entertainment compilation DVDs, those being Trick or Treat Tales and Halloween Spooktacular, respectively. Seems a bit short-sighted to split them up when they're essentially 2 halves of the same episode, but this is Hit we're talking about, so things don't always make the most sense. I wasn't sure where exactly to put the Halloween Party sing-along, as it's kind of a hybrid between a book, a video, and an album release, so I'm putting it here. 7 songs and a 16-page songbook were released on cassette to promote Barney's Halloween Party, and my favorite part of this release is seeing the behind-the-scenes footage and stills from the photoshoot of the songbook. Looks like it was a lot of fun. Over the years, there's been a dozen of Barney and Baby Bop, though never Riff, poor guy, themed Halloween costumes for both kids and, more recently, grown folks. Sometimes I wonder how the Lions group would feel if they could see the Spirit Halloween inflatable Barney costume. As with almost everything Barney, there have always been bootlegs of both costume varieties. From Barney Bop to this tadpole-looking dinosaur, there were plenty to choose from. Halloween 1993, during the peak of Barneymania, Nirvana frontman Kurt Cobain performed in probably the most iconic Barney bootleg costume in Akron, Ohio, which was one of many seasonal nightmares for the Lions group, I'd imagine. But it is probably the coolest, all things considered. Rounding out our Halloween highlights are Barney's live appearances over the years. Starting in 1998, Barney attended the annual Dream Halloween event to benefit the Children Affected by AIDS Foundation and would continue to appear in subsequent years, with his last appearance coming around 2007. Children's charities have always been at the heart of Barney's mission, and these photos are a fun look back at a parade of costumes for a difference. And last but not least comes Barney's 2024 appearance at Heidi Klum's 23rd annual Halloween Party. If you were anywhere in the Barney sphere during this, you know exactly how wild of a ride it was. Heavily promoted on social media, Barney appeared in a genuinely impressive pumpkin costume in order to promote the launch of Barney's World. Both incredibly blessed and cursed images came out of this event, and that pretty much sums up Halloween for me. While not as saturated as Christmas, the highlights of Barney at Halloween are equally as fascinating to explore and has definitely earned its spot as an iconic part of Barney history. Hoping the rest of your spooky season is stupendous. And as always, if you're looking to learn more, don't hesitate to check out my friends at Barney Wiki and Barney History Fans. Thanks for watching.